Shanquella Robinson was only 25 years old when she visited Cabo, Mexico with 6 of her college friends. Now, within 24 hours of Shanquella arriving to Cabo, she was pronounced dead. Her friends told her mother that she died from alcohol poisoning, but when her mom received the death certificate, it told a completely different story. So, what exactly happened to Shanquella? Well, let's try and find out because, wow. So Shanquella Robinson graduated from Winston-Salem University in 2019. At the time, she was working as a child hair braider. She had a child hair braiding company as well as an online boutique. She had a lot of goals, was very driven and very inspiring. On Friday, October 28th, Shanquella left Charlotte, North Carolina and flew to Cabo with 6 of her friends that she went to college with. She was looking forward to that trip. She was talking about it with everyone. It was supposed to be this fun getaway. She actually likes traveling a lot based on her Instagram. Plus, while they were on that trip, 2 of her friends were actually going to be celebrating their birthday, but one of the friends didn't arrive until the next morning. They had this luxury condo, 5-bedroom, huge, beautiful condo that went for like, what, $2,500 a night. So it was just very exciting, and she was just looking forward to going to Cabo and just have fun with her friends. Later on that Friday night, shortly after Shanquella arrived, she spoke with her mom, just basically let her mom know that she got there safely and, you know, everything was going good. But then after a while, she told her mom that the chef had just arrived and the chef was making dinner, so she's gonna go eat and she would talk to her mom tomorrow. But that would actually be the last time that Shanquella's mom actually heard from her. Saturday morning, Shanquella posted an Instagram story. She just seemed in very, very good spirit, very excited.
My friends to me, because y'all, it don't take that long to get naked. It don't take that long to get naked, hoes. Where y'all at? She told me I'm gonna keep it hot. You gonna keep it hot? What?
I would keep my hot business suits that I don't want to wear because it's cute as fuck.
They, what Go said, they croup.
Yeah. the one that's like mediocre is in my chains. I can't wear them.
One of the things that she wanted to do was go skinny dipping in the pool. She was basically looking around the house for the other girls and asked them where they were. She just seemed very, very happy and in good spirits. Now, what happened after she posted that video until Saturday afternoon is very unclear. However, Shanquella's mom did receive a phone call from one of her friends saying that she wasn't feeling well. But they said that she somehow drank too much and had alcohol poisoning. So now her mom asked, were they going to take her to the emergency room? They told her mom that they needed to pay $5,000 in order to take her to the emergency room before she was going to be seen or anything. Now, we all know that that's not true. Her mom had to be very puzzled because the story is not straight as to what happened. Now, this happened on Saturday. Now, on Sunday, Shanquella's mom received a phone call that there was a fight that took place. Now, this fight that took place was definitely an attack, and one of her friends took a video. Now, that video is all over social media. I'm not sure where exactly the video was posted first. If the person that was recorded, actually there was 2 people recording. In the original recording, you can actually see someone else recording.
Quilla, can you at least fight back?
No. Why she not fighting?
At least something. At least fight back, something.
Get up, bro. Get up. I'm tired of shit.
So I'm not sure if the video was posted on Instagram or if the video was sent to somebody and then they decided to put the video out after the situation happened. The video is definitely very, very heartbreaking because there's no way in hell your friend should even be hitting you like that or even coming at you like that. Like, it's just very, very hard to even watch. Now, the next day, which would be on Monday, well, between Sunday and Monday, the friends did ended up changing their flights and came back home to to Charlotte, North Carolina, but without Shanquella. Once the friends came back to Charlotte, North Carolina, they did went ahead and visit Shanquella's house to go to her mom to give her Shanquella's belongings. And they all had conflicting stories. All of their stories were different. And they did told her mom that she died from alcohol poison. But when Shanquella's mom asked them about the fight that she heard about that took place, they actually denied that a fight had ever happened, which is red flag number 2, because the way that fight happened, there's no way. Did y'all forget? And the girl that's shown in the fight that was actually hitting her was one of the girls who actually had the nerves to walk foot in her parents' house. Later on that week, about the Thursday, she passed away on the Saturday. They came back home Sunday, Monday, so the Thursday of that week, Shanquella's mom received the death certificate. And this is when things got even crazier. On the death certificate, it says nothing about alcohol poisoning. It confirmed that she actually died from a broken neck and a cracked spinal cord. On the death certificate, it seems like there could be like some sort of mix-up, but there probably is an explanation for that. We don't have all the information yet, but on the death certificate, it does say that she died 15 minutes after her injury. Based on the police report, it shows that the paramedics were called at 2:15 p.m. and a doctor did come, but she was pronounced dead at 5:47 p.m. So within a 3-hour time span. So as far as her injury, it just seems like there's like a little bit of a miscommunication there somehow. So around 2:15 p.m., one of her friend, Winter Donovan, called down to the front desk of the villa and requested a doctor. Around 3:13 p.m., which is about an hour later after they called for a doctor, Dr. Carolina Gutierrez showed up from the local hospital, and she did say that she was told by Shanquella friends that she had a lot to drink. She also did say that Shanquella appeared to be a bit inebriated. However, her vitals were stable, but she did seem dehydrated. Now, the doctor did try to administer an IV, but for somehow the IV was unsuccessful. I'm not sure if that means that the IV didn't work or she just had issues, probably, I don't know, locating a vein or something, but she just couldn't get the IV to work, so it was unsuccessful. Now, around 4:13 p.m., which is 1 hour later, Shanquella started convulsing. Now, the doctor did told her friends that she needs to get to a hospital. They declined the request to take her to the hospital and insist that the doctor treated her at the villa. Red flag number 3, but who's counting? At 4:45 p.m., the same friend, Winter Donovan, did went ahead and call 911, and at 5:25 p.m., police arrived. At 5:30, paramedics arrived. The paramedics, they did try to work on Shanquella. They gave her 14 rounds of CPRs as well as AED shocks, which is a defibrillator, but they were all unsuccessful. And at around 5:47 p.m., Shanquella was pronounced dead. So what exactly happened in those few hours from her posting that first video of her wanting to get into the pool to her literally being dead? So right now, that information is very, very unclear, but I feel like you can read between the lines to see what exactly happened. First things first, the video that was put out of the girl literally attacking her, first of all, you can see where she was being hit. Most of the hits that she was getting was to the head. There's also a second video that I haven't seen, but Shanquella's best friend did confirm that there is a second video that the dad saw with Winter Donovan, the same one who called the police, allegedly picked her up and slammed her. This time she did not get back up. I just can't even find the words to describe the situation. For your friends to literally sit there and record and watching this happen, and at no point did anybody decide like, oh, I'm gonna break up this fight. And in the video where the guy said, Quella, are you at least gonna fight back? And she said no. She probably said no because, you know, that's her friend. And it could probably just be a delayed reaction of you not even realizing what's really going on, because I would never expect for a friend of mine to treat me that way. Also, in the video where she was walking around looking for everybody, you know, getting ready to swim, and it just feels as if she walked in on something. Like, everyone's energy was just so weird. I don't know what it was, but you can just feel like there's like some sort of tension there. And there are also videos that shows that Shanquella was by herself most of the time during the trip. There is actually a story that she posted on her page that shows her going skinny dipping the Friday night. So she went skinny dipping alone. She probably wanted to go skinny dipping with the girls and nobody wanted to go with her, so she went by herself. Now, it looks like the next morning she wanted to go skinny dipping again for whatever reason, and that's why she was so comfortable being naked around the girls, because she already did it the night before, and this time they were still not with it. It also showed a video of Shanquella sleeping in a hammock, and her friend took a story of her while she was out there sleeping alone. So it kind of seems as if she was almost like the outcast for whatever reason, and the other girls probably just didn't want to be around her for whatever reason. Just like weird energy. And this is why energy is so important. And I know that at some point all of us can relate to this, just like being around weird energy. And the craziest thing about this whole story is that her best friend, her supposed to be best friend, and he was at the house the entire time. He did nothing to help her. Like, first of all, shame on the woman in this video, but even more shame on the men, because it's like, how do you sit here and just watch? You're watching women fight. Ew, like, you don't step in and try to de-escalate whatever situation is going on. Instead, you guys are literally standing around watching and filming. Like, these are the man that we have to deal with in this day and age. As I said, Shanquella was the outsider. There are photos showing all 6 of them together ever since they were really young, from like 2012 or something. They were all friends together. Shanquella became friend with Khalil in 2014, but it seems as if his loyalty would have went to his other friends as opposed to her for whatever reason. I didn't realize that he was at the house because none of the friends came forward to say anything except for one friend. This one friend was Nazir Wiggins. For some reason, when I saw this video, I thought this was Khalil. I thought this is who the best friend was. I thought Nazir was the best friend that was saying, I'm not at the house and this shit would have never went down if I was at the house type of thing. But no, her best friend was at the house, and this best friend is a male that was at the house while all of this went down. Anyways, this friend said that he wasn't there. He arrived the next day.
Yes, I left on Saturday. The trip was from Friday to Monday. October 28th, 29th, 30th. 31st going home. Didn't even make it there. So I get off my flight around like 2:16 Mexico time. I guess we're 2 hours ahead. 2:16 p.m. I make a phone call. To everybody who there. Like, I need the address. So during this phone call, that's the first time I heard that Quilla wasn't feeling good. They told me that Quilla was sick and she was showing signs of alcohol poisoning. And they got that because one of their friends told them that they were seeing signs. So she was showing symptoms of alcohol poisoning. But I didn't know it was a fight. Hold on. I got my Bible. And I'm gonna put this blunt down, because I'm not lying. I'm not gonna lie on that. I'm not saving nobody's ass. I'm not protecting my ass. I'm just coming here to keep it real, because y'all in my DMs going crazy and all this posting my address and stuff. Like, y'all can go there if y'all want, but it's not gonna be pretty. But when I got there, it took us an hour. My taxi driver, it took us an hour to get to the villa because there was traffic. I don't know why. So I got to the villa around 3:26. Instantly, as soon as I go in there, I go to Quilla. Quilla didn't leave my side, none of that, till the nurse came. But I got too far ahead. So Quilla was laying on the couch in the game room. The fucking villa was like a big ass mansion, no upstairs, all tile on the wall, tile on the floor, straight tile, nothing else. So it just a big ass villa. I don't know if y'all can view it on the website. Go to Cabo Villas and look at how big this shit is and what it look like. But you're gonna see. So when I got there, she was in the game room. They told me she was not feeling good, so I instantly go to her. put on her side, get a bag, and all that. So I'm sitting right next to her the whole time. I was crossing my heart, I hope that I was there the whole time in the game room, and then they was talking about cooking, so we made it to the living room. I put on some soft music, sitting with her, rubbing her head, just chilling, waiting until the nurse came, because that's what I was informed that was happening. At first, I was told that it was a male coming, and then a female showed up. So, by that time, I skipped another thing. Quilla wasn't found dead. She wasn't found dead. The maids found her slumped over the toilet in her room. That's what they did find her, slumped over her toilet in her room. That's what I was told. Quilla was not dead when I got there. Yeah, boom. So it's like, okay, so when I get in there, I'll go in, I'll see Quilla, I see she chilling, I put her on her side, I go out and make that video while I'm talking about I'm here, that I Quilla get up. So I'm thinking like, damn, we got stuff to do, ATVs, a boat, dinner. I missed the chefs, I missed everything.
Couldn't really get the times correctly because of the whole time zone, but apparently he said that he arrived around 2 something, got to the house around 3 something, and as soon as he got there, he heard that she was in the game room, and it was actually his birthday, but he arrived the day after. So he immediately went in there and stood by her side the whole time, was rubbing her head, playing soft music. Now, Shanquella had bruises on her face. She had an injury to one of her eyes, bruises to her face. He said he knew nothing about the fight, and also she had a knot on her head, which he said he didn't notice until the doctor pointed out that there was a knot on her head and asked him what happened. He didn't know, but he said he was rubbing her head, sitting there with her the entire time, but I don't know, somehow he just didn't notice that there was this knot on her head. So a GoFundMe was started by Shanquella's family to aid in their legal fees for them trying to gain justice for Shanquella's death. The FBI is also now on the case, as well as the authorities in Mexico are now treating this case as a femicide. As of Thursday, November 24th, an arrest warrant was issued for the prime suspect in Shanquella's death. They didn't name any names, but we can all tell that this was the young lady that was beating her up, and the extradition process has been started. So very, very soon she will be extradited to Mexico, and hopefully they take the other 5 with her, because they all need to be thrown in jail. And they messed up really bad, because why would you go out of the country to do whatever you had to do? Because not only are you going to be in jail, but you're also going to be in Mexico jail. I really hope they know how to speak Spanish, because I wouldn't want to be them. Let's just say that. So now there's also been some talks about the police in Mexico. Apparently there was some reporter that said something about money being stolen from Shanquella, and apparently they're saying the police stole the money. But we do know that money was actually stolen. There was a post made by Shanquella's friend who actually didn't went on the trip, and she said that $10,000 was stolen from Shanquella, but she said the friends did it. But there was reports that came out alleging that the police could have been the one who took it, and they also said that there were so many evidence at the time where the police could have arrested the friends in Mexico, but they chose not to. I'm guessing they were hoping that it wouldn't have gone out. Obviously they have to protect tourism, so they were trying to keep it on the hush hush. So that's why they didn't arrest the friends at the time. Yeah, now it's backfired. I don't think they expect this whole situation to get all the publicity that it did get. Hopefully she will get some justice very, very soon. So I came across this comment. I'm not sure if this person is a medical professional, but the way she explained the theory of what exactly happened, it just makes so much sense. Because if you do remember earlier on, I said the time on the death certificate is a little bit conflicting, because it does say that she died 15 minutes after she was injured, which from the surface we knew that, well, no one hit her within 15 minutes of her being pronounced dead, because the doctor was there from 2:45 from 2:13, which was a whole 3 hours. I'm just gonna read this, so I'm gonna be looking down, so I'm gonna read this. It says, my theory of how Shanquella died. Her cervical vertebrae was cracked during the attack, which she initially survived. She was critically injured at the point, but still could have been treated and possibly saved had she received proper medical care immediately. The crack and trauma caused swelling in and around her spinal cord in that area, making it difficult for her to breathe and talk. She was not breathing well, which can affect brain function and could potentially be passing off as intoxication by those around her. When help arrived, they reported her problem as being intoxicated rather than a traumatic injury. If medical personnel had been informed that she had a tragic injury, they could have been triggered to protect her C-spine manually. Since medical personnel was not informed of a possible tragic injury, they may have extended her neck in order to deliver rescue breath, which may have completed the neck fracture. CPR is also pretty traumatic and could have resulted in the extension of the crack caused by the initial attack. This would have explained the medical examiner's conclusion that she would have died within 15 minutes of the injury, because we know that the paramedics arrived at around 5:30 and she was pronounced dead by 5:47, so around 15 minutes. She could have lived through the initial crack in her vertebrae, but once the fracture was extended, the injury became mortal and caused her death. Regardless, Cabo 6, which is the sixth friend, are responsible for her death because they allowed her to be viciously attacked, failed to go get her help, and then when help did arrive, they misled medical personnel, which allowed her to be injured further during resuscitation efforts. I hope the family get justice for her, just my opinion, allegedly. Well, I do feel like that opinion makes a lot of sense. Basically, what she's saying is because the friends didn't tell. So basically what she's saying is because the friends insist on telling the doctor that this was only alcohol poison, on the outside looking in, the doctor that's there, obviously she don't know that there's something going on the inside. She don't know that her spinal cord was cracked or whatever it is. So obviously when they're doing rescue breath and life-saving measures to save Shanquella's life, it can actually get pretty rough. So in them doing that, that could have furthered her injuries and she could have died. So that's why it said she died within 15 minutes of her injury. This is just a really, really sad situation, and I really hope these friends are not able to sleep at night. I just don't even know what to say, because obviously these friends are friends that she knew for a long time. So it's not even like you could say, oh, no new friends type of thing, because your old friends that you have that are the closest to you could literally feel this way about you the entire time, and you just don't know it. So you just have to pray to have good discernment to be able to weed out the bad energy from your life, because as I said before, people are fucking weird. And yeah, that is all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next one. Bye bye.